Hi friends and welcome to Kate's Crafting Nest. In today's video, I have a new fun sewing project for you. I received this box from My Fabric Addiction for me to sew with you today. Now this is called the Chromogical Quilt. It measures 56 by 72, which is going to be a great throw size quilt, however way you want to display it in your home. I also wanted to address some questions from the last video, like if you don't have enough pieces, then what do you do? My Fabric Addiction have included a sizable amount of extra pieces just in case you mess up or you don't have enough fabric or you sew the wrong colors together. You know, even though it's straightforward, you know, we are people. Mistakes still happen, so that's why they include extra pieces. When you order your kit, you are going to have a sizable amount in all of the color gradients within this quilt. So if you make a mistake, no worries, there's extra pieces for you to make your project. What we are going to do here is open up our box, and I'm going to go through and show you what these pieces look like. All right, so let's do that. This is what your box will look like when you receive it. It's a keepsake box. You can reuse, recycle, reduce, and use it however way you want to, or you can just simply use it as a display. I'm going to walk you through and show you how you're going to piece this, so that way it will help you when you are sewing your quilt, and I will show you my progress as we move along. All right, so as you open it right here, this is it's called the Chromogical Quilt, and it finishes at 56 by 72. This is your pattern right here, very pretty. So these are your extra pieces right here. All you have to do is literally start sewing. You don't have to cut or anything, and that's what I'm going to do today. That just literally saved me a good day, because cutting all this will take a little bit and try to make sense of all the colors here will be a lot of work to kind of cut, make sense, and do all that. They've already done all that work for us. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, what we are going to do now is go on ahead and go to this lovely sewing machine and start sewing our quilt. That's literally all we're doing. What I'm going to do now is go through my pattern and lay out my pieces and just kind of start sewing, and I will just show you what it looks like, and then we will go from there. Your direction to sew this are labeled in numbers and also letters. What you are going to do when you start sewing this is look at your pattern, look at the number, which one is number 1, and what letter fabric you are going to sew. That is literally all there is to this. What we're going to do now is sew our first HST, which is going to be number 1. You're going to pair your fabric together and you're going to sew. What I'm going to do now is look at my pattern and pick the first 2 sets we need to sew. For example, these are the 2 that I'm going to sew first. For these 2 colors right here, it tells you how many you need to take out of each one. I've taken out the amount that I need to sew for my first block. This will be considered my block number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and piece this, and then I will come back to sew the rest. Just going to put pretty size together, and I'm just going to sew through. I'm matching my point so that way my 1/4 inch will be accurate. I've chain pieced all of it. This is what your block number 1 is going to look like. What I'm going to do is just pin them on the wall as I go, and I'm going to show you what that process looked like. This is the first set that you're going to make, and I made 4. Each colorway will tell you what number to put together. For example, this is our color number 1 right here, and they may ask you to pair color number 1 with color number 25. So once you've done that, you're going to sew an HST. I have color number 1 over here, and I have color number 25. You're going to pair them up, and you're going to put right sides together like I did on a sewing machine. You're going to pair them together just like this. My tips on sewing this quilt is if you maintain an accurate 1/4 inch seam on all your pieces, your trimming is next to nothing. That is what I found out like halfway through sewing all of the pieces together. So once you've sewn all of that, you're going to have a complete set that looks something like this. What I have done is organize from one all the way over here to the end. This is what everything looks like once it's all sewn. Some of it you're gonna need only one, some of it you're gonna need multiple, like this one right here, number 45. I have 3. The pattern will tell you how many to make per each number. This is my first row right here. I just wanted to show you what it looks like right here, okay? What I'm going to do is continue sewing all of it, put the colors together. I use the water erasable pencil. This one is a water soluble pencil that I use by Clover to write on my fabric. But when I have a darker fabric, I use the pink Clover erasable pen. When I have the lighter fabric, I use this friction pen, and then I have this black friction pen, all of which will come off at the end. Let me go to the sewing machine and get all this set up, and I will sew all of it, and I will come back and let you know how everything turned out and whether or not Jack the Ripper has to come out in this, because this is a lot of color. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. After a while, my eye starts to like get weird, but we're gonna get through this together, okay? I'm going to go to the sewing machine and we're going to sew. Once you've sewn a whole bunch of your HST together, you're going to have stacks that looks like this, all right? And for example, this is HST number 102. What I would suggest, for example, if you have 102, I would just write the number on it like you saw on the wall. Write the number on it. So once you've done that, you're going to pick from what the pattern asks you to do, okay? And I am covering the pattern without giving the pattern away. For example, this is my last line, okay? I'm just gonna make a row with you guys. I'm just gonna ask you which number you need to bring. You know, like for example, you need to bring this number and so on to make a whole row. This calls for number 102, and be careful because this looks like this right now. The pattern is asking me to have my pink going this way, all right? So what I'm going to do next is bring my next number right here. I'm going to put it with my orange going like that. And then I'm going to bring my next number. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then number 103 is the 4th one. So I'm going to look at my pattern and find out which way it wants me to orient the colors. I'm going to put it like that. And then I'm going to bring my next one, which is the same color again, but it's going to be oriented differently. So I'm going to place it that way. And then the next one, I have my number on there so I don't get confused. I'm going to place this color going like this, okay? This is what they are looking like. So what I'm going to do now is continue placing them so you can see what they'll look like. I'm going to just swing you around so you can kind of see. So this is my line right here, and it's extending all the way out to my other table over there. So hopefully you can see that as far as it goes right over there, okay, without me making you dizzy. My next step is to start sewing from here all the way down that way. Once I have this last row sewn, I'm going to connect it to the rest of the pieces, and then I'll show you what the quilt look like. Let's go on ahead and start sewing this. So now we're coming up on the last 3 HST right here. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure my placement is looking like I'm supposed to have it, and it is. So I'm just gonna keep on sewing. This whole roll is all sewn, and this is what it looks like. What we are going to do is make sure that we press, and then I will join it to the rest of the blocks. I'm going to press it, and I'm going to show you my process, okay? So notice I'm just pressing going this way, up and down going this way, right? If I go this way, this fabric right here has a stretch. There's a possibility that my fabric will stretch. In order to prevent that, I'm just going to press going up and down. And that's why I'm pressing really slow, because none of these fabric are pre-starched, because they are pre-cut So they are not going to be starched. I just want you to understand that when you get a pre-cut fabrics like this, they are not going to be starched. My method of pressing is going to be a lot different than when I do have my fabric starched. I'm still careful when I starch my fabric, but with this one, you just gotta be extra careful. Look how that is right there. It's nice and straight, okay? This is what they look like, all nice and straight. What we are going to do next is take this piece that we just sewn and we are going to connect it to the rest that have been sewn. So this is the bottom piece of my quilt. This is the piece that we just sewn. And what I'm going to do is piece it onto the bottom. I'm going to line up my seam and pin it. This is an example of how you can sew with fabric that are not starched. I mean, back in the day when quilts was being made, they were not using starch. They were just using whatever they had. We modernized quilting and started using starch. It's nice to have starch, but also I'm just showing you other alternative in which you don't have to starch, in which you can purchase fabric that are not starched and pre-cut from My Fabric Addiction. They do all the work for you. You don't have to worry about doing any of the work. So that is just my little tidbit. Okay, comment down below if you are a starcher, and also comment down below if you don't starch. I can do either or. Like right now, none of these are starched, but when I am finished sewing this, I will spray a little bit of starch so that way it'll get flattened a little bit to kind of spritz over it and then press. Okay, so my seam, this one is going this way and this last bit right here is going this way. I'm going to match it up and I'm going to pin, okay? So once my seams are pinned and ready to go, what I am going to do is go onto the sewing machine. I'm going to piece it and I will press, and then I'll show you what the entire quilt looks like. I'm going to start from here and I'm going to match up all of my seam. Now we are going to sew. I want to make effort on matching all of my seams. I'm coming up to the end right now. This is what my end looks like because I have pinned my top fabric and bottom fabric meet up nicely. See that? So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and sew. Just like that. All right. This is my quilt all nice and completed. I am just very happy on how well this turned out. I love how the colors are just kind of gradually kind of like pixelated from dark all the way to the light. For color theory quilt, this is your go-to. The most important part is that it was cut out for you. You didn't have to do anything, which makes it a lot less tedious to have to cut and making sense of where your colors go. My Fabric Addiction figured that out for us, so that way we don't have to do a lot of work. All you have to do is start sewing and make sure your fabric placement are placed right. And so that's it. The key to this quilt is pin when you are sewing your, like when you're making your rolls. And I just follow my numbers. So I still have the numbers written on here. So on the side here, I have row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I just kind of number my rows as I went on. And that is pretty much what I did. You're literally just putting it on your table, looking at the numbers and the letters, and then you are just going to sew all the way through. And with that said, this is my quilt all done from the beginning to the end. Sewing this quilt was stepping out of my comfort zone. I have not made quilt that is like this before. I have made like tulip pink quilt and, you know, like rainbow quilt, but not in pixelated form like this. So this is stepping out of my comfort zone. My videos and tutorial are meant to inspire and encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. And I hope this video have done that, to step out of your comfort zone and do something that you've not done before. I have not done this before. The outcome is amazing. I love this quilt. So that is my personal reflection after sewing this quilt. Let me show you. This is the box right here. So if you are interested in purchasing a kit, this is what your quilt kit will come in a keepsake box just like this from My Fabric Addiction. And if you are also interested in purchasing the kit, make sure you go on to myfabricaddiction.com. I will have a link down below where you can just click and purchase, and then it will ship right to your door in a box looking just like this. Your kit will have your pattern, it will have your pieces, and also more importantly, you get extra pieces just in case, like I said, we're all human, just in case you make a mistake. I am so impressed on how this turned out. This is completely stepping out of my comfort zone with all the points and everything, and I'm so glad I did it. This is like one of those quilts that you make and you're just like, oh wow, I just did that. I did that. Yeah, I did. Well, this is stepping out of my comfort zone, and this is something new for me. So I hope that this video have inspired and encouraged you to step out of your comfort zone and do something different. If I can sew this quilt, you can too, because you're literally putting it together. Looking at it, it's like, oh wow, I don't think I can do that. It's like a fun sew. I feel like if you're a beginner, this is very forgiving in that sense that I'm not saying have your points way off, but if they're not quite perfect, it's gonna be okay. So don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace when you are sewing this. That is just my little advice on making this right here. And also just follow the tutorial. That will help. I'm just gonna step back real quick so you can see how adorable and beautiful this is. Don't forget to go to My Fabric Addiction to order your kit. That's all I have for you today. I hope this video have encouraged and inspired you to also step out of your comfort zone and make something new. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.